Hello, I am back after my hiatus. My unofficial, unannounced hiatus. We're gonna play MonsterCon. Also, surprise stream. do. I've also decided that my new PNG is good enough to use. I'll never finish everything I want to it, so let's use it now. Do. Hello. Oh. I've got a lot of my voice back. Oh, that's not what it was. I typed in the totally wrong thing. Nobody saw that. He's paw about and looks around. You know? Stream stuff. This. Chatbot fans. Oh, yes. Party parrots. do. I keep forgetting. I've added the command kiss and stinky to the chat bot. Also slightly changed the lick command because it kept getting stuck on certain tastes. I want it to be more varied. Anyways, I think I only briefly played the camp version of this game with some friends, and a little bit of the demo with the same friends. So Let's see. Do you want us to teach you all the ins and outs of the game, or do you have full mysterious tutorial experience? I'll learn to go. Just me. Shortwire does not include the mystery box shop or plot lines. Or secret endings. I think regular is okay. I'm doing pretty good. I feel like I could do stuff. I'm not burnt out. I've got a really good sleep schedule going thanks to my new job. And I wanted to game. SpookyCon. For some, it wasn't just a nerdy convention, but for us, it was 4 days to celebrate our many passions and obsessions fiercely, unapologetically. And we weren't alone. Regardless of what you loved, you could always find people who would make you feel seen and understood. Anywhere else, we might have been seen as weirdos and misfits. But here we could finally feel like no matter who we were, we belonged. I totally know where the alphabet is. But as dreamy as SpookyCon was, it also came with its own set of pressures. Some of which we already knew so well. At the end of those 4 days, the after party loomed over our heads, posing that one evergreen question. Would we get a date for that night? As uncertainty plagued our hearts, we couldn't help but think of the 6 hottest nerds at the con. Zoe, an eldritch cutie who went from endless deity and harbinger of destruction to authority of the renowned fanfic Prom. Liam D. Lioncourt, a hipster vampire who standoffish demeanor hid the fact that he was truly a lovable dork. Doug Campbell, a kind-hearted slime that was incredibly broke from supporting all the fandoms he loved. Me one day. Omen, 25, an evil overlord who was recently freed from imprisonment in exchange for giving up her passion for stabbing people. Blitz? Nico Sharp, an over-the-top mimic who preferred cosplay over shape-shifting, even if they weren't the best at getting into character. Hello, Vera. And April 1st, a clown idol who was contractually obligated to bottle up all of her non-camera ready emotions inside cute mascots. It had to be one of them, but who? We had 4 days to gather some courage and shoot our shot. What was the worst that could happen? Being rejected and alone the rest of our lives? Ha! We'd had our fair share of love and rejection. This surely wasn't our first rodeo. And as we had grown to know ourselves better, we realized we felt more confident. Okay, tell us 3 things you like. DDR exercise, kawaii plushes of daily animals, dad teacher jokes, the chess, me, the turns, correcting people. Yeah, I've never played dating games on my own. It was only thanks to friends that I got into it. Oh, those chat bots might be a bit in the way. I forget how to make them lighter. Actually, I remember. Stream tools, overlays. Edit. It's fine, I can't find it. Ew. Drama role playing in bed, step on me. Any lovers, species and ship dynamics. 3 things I like. Main characters with axes for hands. Maybe one I could come to mind. Choose your top 3 favorite Pokemon. What? Pokemans. This one first. Her. And probably him. We weren't new to all of this, so this time we challenged ourselves with a goal other than finding love. With the support of Zoe and Liam, we had decided to take on a project we had been putting off for too long. Making our own comic. We had so many ideas, and yet we always found excuses not to work on them. Wow, calling it out. But the con was a perfect setting to find inspiration and go for it. Choose your genre. The fear of failure had stopped us for too long. But then we reminded ourselves of the one thing that always kept us going. That we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. I don't know what happens. I'm pretty sure like every spot changes our stats, but I don't remember what. I'm drawn to this one. Ooh. You're roaming around the lobby and you find someone with their exact same cosplay. Unacceptable. You decide to resolve this conflict the traditional way. A knife fight to the death. The other cosplayer doesn't carry a knife, so he gets automatically disqualified. You win the right to cosplay. You gain +2 boldness for always carrying a knife for no reason at all. And because I'm kind of scared of you. I have a lot of boldness. You're checking the con schedule with Doug, April, and Zoe when you notice a buff bug giving out free hugs. Howdy! Howdy, friends. Does anyone want to hug? I understand if not, but... I'd love a hug. Come here, pal. Aw, thank you. You're so nice. I just... Gosh, I'm so sorry. I was getting snot all over you. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. I'm basically a big sentient snot. Cry all you need, big fella. Thank you. I'm just so happy. You're the first person to want to hug from me at all, or from me all day. What? But free hugs are amazing. Why wouldn't anyone want one? Well, well, unfortunately, there's a ring of nefarious hug dealers out there who are just trying to get people addicted to hugs. The first one's free, but then they charge you more and more for each hug after. Once word gets around, most people start avoiding free huggers. Yeah, it sucks. Hugging strangers was so wholesome until those darn hug dealers ruined it. We can't let that slide. I swear, my friends, and I won't stop until we've rehabilitated your image and made hugging great again. Oh, do we have to? I was looking forward to seeing that panel on... Yes, right now. All of us. Free hugs and are now my passion. You're all so nice, but how can we make the world see that free hugs are safe in moderation? Let's see. Give hugs a new image or rebranding them. Offer a pamphlet with every hug explaining the dangers of hug addictions and a warning to watch for it. I think the first one's better. Body lasso. Sounds fun. You could even say, yeehaw, with each hug. I don't know. I like the sound of the suplex one, but, like, does it have to be gentle? Good point. Maybe you could also offer a suplex that really hugs the living shit out of you. That face. Huh? I never thought about expanding my hug menu before. I like it. But, just to be clear, the upgraded suplex would have a sexual undertone. That's okay. Or, if that's okay with you, it's definitely okay with me. Good. Gaining hugging consent is very important to me. You ready? I was born ready. Annihilate me. Should we be watching this though? You can look away if you want, but personally, this is going right into my spank bank. The free hugger suplexes April into the tile floor. It looks painful, but also comforting. That was great. Again! But April, you're bleeding. Medical attention later. Horny now. You all watch April get suplexed a few more times. It's pretty hot, even though you eventually have to drag her off to get treated for a concussion. By that time, the free hugger has gained a line of horny people ready to be suplexed. So you'd call this a success. You gain +2 creativity for your race reband, but you lose 2 smarts. Yeah. Money, money. Ooh. Vendor. You find a cool shirt you like in a monster. You find a cool shirt you like in a commercial stand. It costs $3.99 monster dollars. Oh, yeah. Then you buy a cool zine for $2.99 monster dollars. Then a set of anime badges for $1.99 monster dollars. You then buy a pack of gum for 99 monster dollars. Damn it, you have 4 loose coins jiggling in your pocket. It's annoying as fuck. Luckily, you find a shady guy who whispers, "Give it to me and I'll get you +2 charm." You feel dirty for some reason, but you got stats in your pocket, aren't you? And your pockets aren't jiggling anymore. You're roaming the booth with Zoe, April, and Doug when you spot a booth selling cute plushies and other merchandise. Super kawaii! The sign around it says, "Cuteness levels over 9,000. Prepare to bust an woo." Okay, my curiosity's piqued. I've got to see how kawaii this shit is. Come on. You all pass more signs as you enter the booth. Not for the faint-hearted senpai. Abandon all hope, ye sussy bakas who enter here. This seems sketchy. Are you sure this is safe? Of course. It's safe. It's just a flashy store. What kind of weird marketing tactic, though? Or it's a genius marketing tactic that makes you want to check it out much more. Finally, you enter the inner shop. Huh? After all that build-up, it's kinda underwhelming. Yeah, these plushies are cute, but not shit a rainbow and pass out cute. You haven't seen anything yet, says the vendor smugly. Do you think you can handle my most kawaii product? Only one way to find out. Lay it on us. The vendor pulls out a black box, unlatches the padlock, and shows you the most kawaii shit you've ever seen. Ah! Fuck! We fucked up! No! It's too kawaii! They all clap, vomiting rainbows and glitter. These levels of kawaii are too dangerous to be viewed but with a naked eye. Do something before your friends fall into the cutest comas ever. Let's see. Cryojuice is no different from snake venom, you think. Time to use your survival skills. Suck out the kawaii out of your friends' bodies. Tempting. Read the product label. It was probably made by people very under very non-kawaii working conditions. I'd rather suck my friends. Good idea. But honestly, you call any idea that involves sucking on your friends good. Fuck. Whoa. Hold the phone. Is someone sucking on my ankle? Looks like Dustgruff is. What are you doing down there, you silly goose? Wait, let me guess. I think I've got a good understanding of Dustgruff's quirks by now. I think she is doing leech roleplay? It must be the hot new craze. Nah. I think she's trying to suck the excess kawaii out of my system. You know, like poison. Really? That sounds a little, let's go with not smart. Well, she managed to distract us from the kawaii overdose, so I guess it was kind of effective. Nice! Doing stuff that kind of works is my specialty. So true. Hey! Don't stop now. It's my turn to get my ankle sucked. Wait, but if it's not actually removing the excess kawaii, why do you want her to? Because she was clearly having fun with it. It's not like it's not a fetish or anything. Honk honk. Honk honk. You get back to suckling on your friends like a newborn piglet. They praise you for your heroism and your sucking technique. Big win. You gain +2 boldness for willing to suck out the kawaii poison, but lose two smarts. Wow. Hotel. You're chilling in your hotel room and decide to browse the room service list. Wow. They have all sorts of kinds. 6 packs of beer, lots of shoelaces, even the very concept of creativity. Huh? That last one is expensive. But since money isn't a stat anymore, it'd be a net gain stat-wise. Shortly after, someone brings your +2 creativity and several shoelaces. Imagine all you can do with all this. Man, I'm bad at reading. Then you, Nico, and April head back to the hotel room to freshen up. Inside, you find Doug cuddling with 4 creatures. It's him. Hey y'all, check out my new pets. Aren't they cutie patooties? What voice she have? I can't do voices. Yes, they remind me of the Tribbles if Tribbles had no fur and were giant scary void larvae. Huh? I guess cuteness really is subjective. Where'd you get these things anyway? A strange old man was giving them away outside the convention center. Wow, very nice of him. Yeah, he said they'd make great pets as long as you follow the rules, take care of them properly. What are the rules? Crap. I should have written them down. I know he said that you must give them ice cream before midnight. Or maybe it was that you must not give them ice cream before midnight. Did you give them ice cream already? Yeah, I shared my ice cream with them while we watched the movie. I just couldn't say no to their cutie patootie faces. Man, that's distracting. Well, if the options were feed them ice cream or don't, there's a 50-50 chance that you got it right. That's basically a C+. Just then the critters begin glowing and spinning cocoons around themselves. Uh-oh. The old man said if they enter their cocoon phase, we only have about 4 minutes to live. What? Rats. Guess it's been nice knowing you all. Live long and prosper. More like live for 4 minutes and prosper. Unless you think of a way to stop these things from killing you all. Logic dictates that if ice cream turns them, you need to feed them hot soup to unturn them. Throw them a surprise party. Nobody gets angry at their own surprise party. yes! I love surprise parties! Bring on the balloons and cake! You decide to get the creatures an ice cream cake, since you've already fucked up the no ice cream rule and you're craving some rocky road anyway. 4.5 minutes later, the creatures burst from their cocoons as horrible nightmare bugs. Surprise! 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 The bugs are screeching and zooming all over the room. They must have been really surprised. Get hyped, little dudes. This is your big day. We've even hired you a clown. Ugh, the grind is real. April jumps on her unicycle and starts juggling. The bugs ignore her in favor of wiggling under the door and into the hallway. Jeez, tough crowd. You peek outside to see the void bugs terrorizing other guests. One of them tears a man's face off and nods straight into his skull. Ooh. Oh, dang. They never got their ice cream cake. They sure get hangry when they wake up, don't they? Well, they might be murdering innocent people, but at least there's more ice cream cake for us. You all have a nice time eating the ice cream cake behind your barricaded hotel door. You gain +2 fun for throwing a party but lose 2 stars. Oh my gosh, I am so dumb. Stage. You sit down at the main stage to learn about your favorite art form, anime. Specifically, a ranking of the best anime butts. Heck yeah. Some of the choices are intriguing. Sure, mecha robots technically have big asses. By the end, you've learned more about the panelist fetish than animes. But that's ass-centric knowledge grants you +2 smarts. Afterward, you, Omen, April, and Doug go to see an orchestra perform the score from Skyrim. All you need to do is find a place to sit. Ooh, Omen. Hey, I found some empty seats. Let's sit here. Oh, sorry. But you can't. I'm actually saving that seat for my friend who's in the bathroom. I wish I could do my voices. You are saving the seat? Do you mean to imply that sitting in any other chair would be unsafe? No. Saving seats is just a thing friends do for each other. It's fine. We could sit further down. Sorry, I'm saving those seats too for my other friends. They're also in the bathroom. Okay, no problem. What about these seats? Nope. I'm saving those for my friend and his cousin. Or maybe he said she was his fiancée? They're in the bathroom at any rate. Then they can view the concert from the toilets that they are so obsessed with. Give me a safe seat in which to park my ass, or prepare to die! No, Omen. You can't kill him. Because I'm gonna murder him first, and then I'm going to eat his guts. Oh, nom 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 nom. Okay, getting this guy to give up his seats is quickly becoming a life or death situation. Convince him to let you sit. Let's see. Are you sure you're already at the saving seat stage of friendship? Maybe this is a bit too much, and it'll make your friendship awkward. Or we're better friends than your friends. We have Lambos. Some of us have more than one. Uh, yeah. That's a strong argument. Lambos are pretty cool. Indeed. And we are cool for owning them. My companion here possesses 500 of these glorious Lambos. Psst, Dustgruff. What is a Lambo? Did you say 500 Lambos? That doesn't make sense. I'm like 80% sure nobody has that many Lambos. Then prepare to reevaluate because you're in the presence of Lorenzo Lamborghini, heir to the centuries-old lineage of Lamborghinis. Yeah, that's me, Lorenzo Lamborghini. Vroom vroom. Okay, what about the rest of you? Are you Mrs. Lamborghini? Me? Well, I'm Miss. I'm gonna stab you in the shins if you keep us from sitting here. What? Vroom vroom. Well, you know what? You all can sit here. It's true you're way cooler than my other friends. I mean, they have 0 Lambos. And you think that imaginary friends could at least afford imaginary Lambos. But nope. These guys are broke. What? What? Luckily, the concert begins before any of your friends attempt murder. You may have lost +2 charm, but you've gained +2 fun. From the hype that the concert and the imagined hype from owning 500 Lambos. Vroom vroom. Let me get some fresh air. Okay. Omen. Go out to dinner. You and Omen go to a fancy restaurant. It takes a while for Omen to understand the difference between a waiter and a minion. Luckily, you're able to talk her out of the whipping them when they bring you the wrong drink. At least you know that she'll always have your back. What a thoughtful little sociopath. Oh my gosh, I should have checked the short one. Need some water. Now it's time to take a break from your real life shenanigans and brainstorm some fictional shenanigans for your comic. Go for it. What trend from the early 2000s should come back already? Only needing to learn like 3 memes and 4 slang words to sound cool. Even that's too much. People actually seeking revenge. No. I don't want tobacco. Okay, this one. Oh. What's your strongest asset when on a first date? You taste like a pumpkin spice latte. You have strong yet graceful knees. I could transform into a tiger. Your eyes are soulless, almost as if they were 2 sexy empty holes. This this one. Did I go everywhere? I don't think I went here. You decide to attend a round table on roundtables. What a fascinating subject. You discuss the various circumstances of tables, rank building materials, and talk about famous knights that have sat around round tables of old. You also talk plenty of shit about square and rectangular tables. Fuck right angles. You gain +2 fun because circles are the most hilarious shape. Am I right? Later, you're at the hotel bar with Doug and Nico. You progress past the happy, tipsy stage and are deep into sad boy hours. Aw. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to sound ungrateful. My dad loves me, but I've never felt like he tried to understand my hobbies or why I like things that I. Everybody, shut up. Shut the fuck up right now. I have glorious news. I've peeked my own ears. I finally tracked down my old magic grimoire from my villain days. I found time to check my old evil layers for my belongings. Most of them have been converted into Airbnbs, but I found my grimoire buried in one of the bathrooms. The owner was irate, but you cannot make an omelet without breaking a few toilets. Or however the saying goes. Good for you, Omen. What spell are you going to cast first? Good question. One of my favorites was an incantation that turns people inside out. Such a slow, hilarious way to die. You're not going to do that one, are you? Well, now, I have to. Trust me. Doug, you'll love it. Corpus Inversium Mysticum. Why do you look the same, Nico? Were you already inside out or something? You tried to crash this on me? I think the problem is, the whole being defeated and imprisoned in a suit that blocks your magic powers thing. Oh, right. Hey, cheer up. I'm sure you could still cast some of the spells in here without magic. Yeah, it's like when you're making brownies but forgot to buy sugar and you use applesauce instead. Virtually the same dish. Someone needs to enroll Doug into a cooking class. Stat. But right now you gotta cheer up Omen by finding a spell they can cast with no magic. This spell is for shooting metal projectiles at deadly speed. You're pretty sure that's just a gun. You don't need a possession spell to control someone else's body. Just piggyback ride them. Should I give Omen a gun? She's definitely my favorite. And then also him. This one's silly, but potentially she'll start riding me. Good idea, Dusk. Rough. Without warning, they jump onto your back. Yes! And start backing you. You're reminded that Omen is covered in painful metal spikes. You didn't think this through. I claim ownership of your mind. Walk into the frozen confectionery store and buy me a milkshake. Yes, Omen. Anything you want for you, Omen. We all say as we walk towards the ice cream parlor. Dustgruff, I command you to think dirty thoughts. Okay. What are you thinking about? Boobs? Very nice. Ooh, new idea. I command you to fly. But I can't fly. That's impossible. Nothing is impossible under my command, and I command you to fly, damn it! You're about to protest again when you realize Omen's been pulling your hair to guide you Ratatouille style and led you to the edge of a cliff. Lyerta, good to see you. Go, Dustgruff, let's fly! Yeah! To no one's surprise, but Omen's, you fall off the cliff. It's a very long drop. Holy crap! Are you guys okay? Yes. Luckily, Dustgruff broke my fall. Apologies, Dustgruff. I forgot that the flight spell and the mind control spells are different. Fear not. We shall get it right next time. Besides all your broken bones, this has been great fun. +2 fun, even. But you lost -2 boldness on the way down. Merch Hall. Near the merch hall, you find a gacha shop. You put in a coin and you get a real buff duck. Random, but cool. You put in another coin. You open the gacha and there's a letter. Please help us. We buff ducks were imprisoned in these balls by the gacha masters centuries ago. It all began when... And you're already bored. You get another gacha ball and it's another buff duck. Cool. Take +2 charm. You're still reeling from the horrors you saw in the homemade taxidermy booth. Ew. So you're a little slow on uptake when your friends stop dead. Oh my gosh. Is that a Pure Lust polyresin 1/4 figurine of Lady Dimitrescu? Oh my god, no. Dimitrescu. Mint in the box. Were any of those words supposed to mean something to me? They only made 50 of these beauties. I never even seen one of these in person. I think we're gonna pass out. Oh, it's him. Focus, Doug. You can't make the purchase of a lifetime if you don't keep your eyes on the prize. Huh. There's no chance in heck I can afford that figurine. I'd need to take out like 2 loans on my moped. It's okay. It's enough to stand here admiring it. pretending for a few sweet minutes that it's mine. I've purchased the big-breasted object of your desire. Grovel for my mercy. Omen, you shouldn't have. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Omen, it was incredibly nice of you to buy Doug that figurine. As your Redemption Arc program sponsor, I'm proud to take some credit for your growth. What are you two talking about? I bought this lecherous totem for me. I don't yet know how it works, but its mere aura caused your brains to become mush, and now that power belongs to me. Count your days, fuckers. Never mind. I take no responsibility for this. Owen may be an idiot, but they're a hot rich idiot that you like. and they just bought something that another hot broke idiot you really like once. If you play your cards right, you're sure that you can work something out that makes everyone happy. Strike a deal with Omen. Doug gets the figurine, and you can have some other placing in exchange, like your soul or whatever. Explain that the figurine is powerfully cursed. Whoever owns it risks developing an intense attachment to the fictional hottie it represents. I'd like it to have my soul. Duscruff, don't. Hush, Liam. Adults are talking. Good boy. Now, Duscruff, show me the goods. Fine. You recite an ancient Enochian chant that turns your astral self inside out and exposes your soul. Duscruff, you don't need to forfeit your immortal soul in exchange for a figurine just because I like it. But then again, it is a pure lust polyresin Lady Dimitrescu, so who am I to tell you what to do? Well, you don't need to, because there's no deal. You are too eager to get rid of your soul. There must be something wrong with it. What? That's silly. What could be wrong with my soul? Many things. For one, you could have soul bonded with someone without protection and contracted soul crabs. Oh gosh. Or perhaps you sat in a weird smell for too long and the stink soaked into the fabric of your soul. I don't want my soul prison to smell bad. Offer denied. I keep the totem. You really are turning down my soul for a horny piece of plastic? I've got a demon offering me a year of piano lessons for this thing. Ugh. Fine. I'll take your soul. I guess, worst case scenario, I could later trade it for those piano lessons. I suspect I have to relearn anyway. You know, since I have half the hands I had when I first learned. Duscruff, I owe you big time. Not only my soul, but maybe I could give you my moped? You're just happy to help. And that you finally managed to get rid of your soul. Soul crabs. Oh my god. Soul crabs are the worst. You gain plus charm and lose negative smarts. Ah, I actually had them. Oh, I wish for more Pepsi. It's too late to drink it. Let's go to the hotel. You're in front of the hotel, wasting time. A taxi stops right in front of you because why else would you be standing there doing nothing? You're too embarrassed to tell the driver, so you get in and he takes you for a ride. Wow, the city is great. Skyscrapers, several neoplasticism museums, suspicious holes in the ground. No wonder they set up the con here. This truly is one of the top cities worldwide. Too bad these aren't locations in the game, so there's no art of them. But you can imagine them in your head and gain two creativity in the process. Later, you're having a lovely time playing cards with Omen and Doug in the hotel room. Man, I'm getting hungry. You guys want to order some room service? A room what? Room service. You order off the menu, and the food gets brought to your room. You can just request food into the ether and have it delivered to your door. I take everything back. This is a modern era of fucks. Get me a bottle of wine, 2 helpings of caviar, and 4 steamed crabs. Tell them to make the lobsters kill each other in claw combat to ensure that I am only served by their strongest specimens. You and Doug place the orders, and 30 minutes later, a bellhop arrives. I've got wine, caviar, and lobsters for the undefeatable Omen, and a Caesar salad for Danny. Thanks. This looks delicious. Doug, I know your name is not Danny, and you did not order a Caesar salad. It's fine. I'm not gonna make him go all the way back to the kitchen and get me something else. No! You must stand up for yourself. You cannot go through life being a meek, squishy goody-goody to be walked all over. But that's what slimes are best at. Well, I shan't allow it. I'm going to bring the bellhop back. When we return, you had better be prepared to demand the correct order or unleash your wrath. Oh no. I'm bad at confrontation. Can I just hide in the shower until the bellhop leaves? No way. But Doug looks like he might pass out. You better give him some advice on the confrontation before the bellhop gets back. Write a script for a dog to follow. Write some for the bellhop too, just to make sure this goes according to plan. Find compromise. Duncan keep being hyper polite, but he must end his statements with or else to insert some dominance. Yeah. Hey, your spooky friend here said you had something to say to me? Yes, you got my order wrong, and I'd really appreciate it if you took the salad back and got me a Wagyu burger instead. Or else what? Nothing. I'm just not a big fan of salad. So I'd love it if you could get me a burger. Or else. Why do you keep saying or else? No reason. Because if you do not get his order right this time, we will slit your throat. No, we won't. Seriously, it's okay. Mistakes happen. We're only human. We're actually not, though. Ah, yes. Good point. But even still, you wouldn't mind getting me a burger, right? Or else. Behind Doug, Omen holds up a crudely drawn picture of themselves stabbing the bellhop to death. I'm still not sure if I'm supposed to feel threatened. But okay, I'll get you your order and some pepper spray just in case. Or else. Did you see that? I did it! I really did it! I'm proud of you, my friend. Now let us return to our game. Or else. Or else what? You guess you'll have to find out. You gain +2 boldness, but lose creativity. Lobby or main stage? I don't think I went here all that much. You're walking around the lobby when you feel a sudden urge to pee. Look for a bathroom. Quick! The bathrooms are gross. But if you know a thing or about bathrooms, is that using them always ensures +2 boldness. It's the major reason why people use them. Some things never change. Omen and Doug are manning the first aid booth to fill their con volunteer hours. You and Nico decide to go visit them. Thanks for letting me chill with you guys. Watching all this first aid is a great opportunity for me to practice my doctor character. Good. I'm just happy today's been slow. No medical emergencies in sight. Somebody help me! I'm having a medical emergency. Pipe down. You're fine. I'm literally holding my intestines in my hands. So, rub some dirt on it and walk it off. Walk it off. Is there a doctor here or what? I'm bleeding out over here. The on-site doctor is at the furry meetup on floor 3 right now. Me. I'm a doctor. Aren't you just cosplaying one? Exactly. The fact that I'm cosplaying as a doctor just when this person needs one is probably fate telling me that I'm ready for my big role. Oops. Nico, this guy's really hurt. He needs a real doctor. Doug. Think about it. Is there really any difference between a doctor and someone who cosplays one really well? An academic degree and years of training. This is Nico we're talking about. Logic isn't gonna convince them. Do something to stop them from accidentally killing this guy before the real doctor comes back. Can I do the interested cosplay someone? Let's see. Only one thing stops TV doctors from doing a job. Just drama, just love interest in they will. And the will they, won't they plot to Yeah. Alright. Since there are no more conscientious objectors, I'm going to prep for surgery. We'd better do this fast. Who's playing the love interest? Me! Me! High school improv club. Don't fail me now. Perfect. It'll be Dr. Doug, the sensitive cardiology surgeon with only one heart he can't fix. His own. Ugh. That is boring. The love interest should be at least someone interesting, like a badass ninja with a even more badass katana. You politely ignore Omen as you scribble Doug's script and send him out to dazzle Nico. Good afternoon, Dr. Nico. It's me, Dr. Doug, your colleague and will they won't they friend of 8 years. How are you? Dr. Doug. It's always a relief to see your smiling face in these grim halls. Why can't we save them all, Doctor? If we can't save them, how can we ever save ourselves? Line. Cower in fear, the katana of the night has arrived. A ninja? Get me a scalpel, Dr. Doug. I'll give this darn villain a cardiovascular laceration not even you could stitch back together. You cannot defeat me. I have the power of the blade and anime on my side. Hiya! Line, please? What the fuck is going on here? Cries the real doctor who arrives still in his fursuit. Is that child bleeding out? Be quiet, sir. You're talking over the big love triangle scene. Sadly, today's episode of Dr. Nico, Love and Time of Ninjas, will be interrupted by the emergency surgery. But you still earn +2 creativity and lose 2 charm. Yeah, I like it. Welcome to my modest establishment. So modest, it doesn't have a license. Don't be shy. Pick a box before the before the cease and desist gets here. Dull Daniel does nothing. Stats but not other people. Zodiac, buff bugs. No mercy. My weird little village. Buff bugs. Ooh. Battle beetle. Every turn, your own stats will keep swapping positions until you choose. What? Thank you. Come again, etc. Next. Oh my gosh, I have so many things. Can you guess what time it is? Yep. It's comic time. Time to brainstorm. What's a red flag you can't let slide on a first date? They lack street smarts. They don't own even a single cow, reducing the chances of having tasty chalky milk whenever you want. They happen to live in the sewers, which probably affects their personal hygiene. Probably. Their appealing cooking skills are a lie. Wait, their appealing cooking skills are a lie, as they're They're being controlled by a rat under their hat. This one's the most obvious. Why haven't you finished that big project you told everyone about? Ugh. Yeah, okay. You want to fuck a lot of people first. True, true. An ancient curse. Big Oil is pressuring you not to. They probably feel threatened by you, as they should. A creature living under your bed told you that you should wait. You don't want to be rude to the bed creature. Oh, I. You head to the front desk of the hotel to ask for an extra towel. They give you one. You're drunk with power, so you decide to test how many extra towels you can ask for before they tell you to stop. You manage to get 14 extra towels. Huh? What can you do with this many towels? You only needed one. You decide to build a towel fort in your hotel room. You gain 2 creativity from your magnificent architectural endeavor. You're wandering around and you see Omen and Liam arguing. A spooky constable as familiar to you as the merch table. Day 1. The Lion Court. One day. Oh wait, he said 1 day. 1 day without this armor. That is all I ask. Then you're asking for too much. The Coven put you in that magic suppression armor for a reason. Yeah, a stupid reason. You try to take over the world You try to take over the world one time. I'm sorry, Omen. You always championed your ability to be redeemed, but restoring your magic is a step too far. You need to make peace with your new reality. If you need any help with that, let me know. As if I'd even ask you to open a door for me, you insufferable, undurfed eggplant. Bad day, Omen? Bad century, more like. Liam refuses to authorize me to remove my accursed armor. It is unfortunate because there are many activities I would like to perform without it. Finger crossed she's talking about sex. Alas, we must persevere. There are some other spells in my grimoire that I would like to cast, magic or not. I would like to have the grandest of times summoning otherworldly creatures, sometimes to broker deals, sometimes just to have a chat. Halcony days of youth. My inability to activate a summoning circle makes this impossible, but perhaps with your innovative ideas, we could change that. Omen's ego is clearly riding on this. And hey, with any luck, this might result her riding on you someday. How can you summon an entity with no magic required? Summoning powerful entities is an exercise in selfishness. You're always calling them to you Have you ever considered visiting them? Hmm. Order pizza. It's like summoning a delivery person, and includes pizza, the most traditional summoning spells, which most traditional summoning spells lack. Hmm. Pizza. What a perfect plan! You place the pizza order while Omen dials up her resident shenanigan assistants. We heard there'd be pizza, and we came immediately. Ooh. Good. But while we wait for the pizza, we are going to pick a fight. Let us check out the biker bar. What? Why? Doug, my sweet summer child. A summon's main use is to provide aid in battle. This is the only way for us to test Duskruff's suggestion. The bear. Fuck yeah! Let's fight and die for this pizza, Omen. Never have I ever had better minions or friends. You soon enter the biker bar. Omen buys a beer exclusively for the purpose of throwing it at a stranger. That was my drink, you unwashed frog fucker. You wanna fight? What a sweet coincidence. That's exactly what I want. Eat axe, ye foul fool. Or foul beast. Yeah, and I'm going to hit you too as soon as I get back from hiding in the bathroom. Pizza for Omen? Yes, or yes! I command you to throw pepperonis at my enemies, lowly hireling. The things I do to get a tip. Your opponents are forced to deal with pepperoni face. Omen follows up by punching them because it's hard to dodge a punch when you're scalding pepperonis. With scalding pepperonis in your eyes. Later, after the fight, you all enjoy your victory pizza. Best spell side effect ever. You gain plus fun and negative charm. Whew. That's noisy. You're sitting at the main stage of the panel titled, "Are dating sims back?" Very meta. The stage is empty. After a few minutes, a shy-looking guy approaches the mic and says, "They're not, because they never left to begin with." Yay! Huh? The audience goes crazy. Crazy for dating sims. You gain +2 smarts for learning dating sims will never stop being cool. Now prepare to completely forget whatever you just watched, because it's time for the biggest events at the con. A Q&A with world-class game dev Hayato Kamada. Oh. Hey, you two. Kamada's panel starts in 15 minutes. Tell him to get ready. You got it, boss. He'll be there. Everything's under control. No disasters in sight. Ugh. Crap. Shoot. Gosh frickin' darn it. We're so fudged. We're fudged right to heck. Your commitment to family friendliness is admirable, Doug. But can someone tell me what the fuck is going on here? Well, Omen and I were told to hang out with Hayato Kamada and make sure he came to the panel on time. And we had an excellent job. Con volunteering is just too easy. We were superior at hanging out with Hayato Kamada. Until we lost him, that is. You lost him? How? Let's see. First we took him to the corn dog stand to get lunch. Then one thing led to another and we bet him $20 he couldn't do a backflip. Best $20 I have ever spent. When we had a spirited debate on whether or not the color red actually enrages bulls, or then we'd had that. We could not agree, so we went to the Find a Bull to see if it was true. But apparently, the only place you can find bulls in the city are zoos. Such is the absurdity of this modern era. It was fun, but we got to look at lizards with the creator of Solid Lizard himself. I've never felt so alive. But somewhere between the reptile exhibits and the face painting booth, we lost him. How does that even happen? It is not our fault. Celebrities are slippery. And we were very excited about the face painting. You only had to keep track of one fucking guy. Liam, you don't get it. They painted my face like a tiger. Like a tiger. Can you imagine that? You'd better help them find Hayato Kamada before the panel starts. Probably gone back to his game roots, going full stealth mode. Look for boxes moving conspicuously. Compare notes with Kamada's stalker. Every celebrity's got a stalker who knows their every move. Boop. Because the internet is beautiful, you find a whole subreddit where stalkers compare notes and collaborate for a deeper, more comprehensive degree of stalking. Let's open a thread and see what Kamada was doing today. Feisty little goblin. Or by him. I checked his trash last week. He ate pasta on Thursday and bought a new pair of shoes. Thanks, that's not really helpful though. You put your real name in your throwaway account? Of course. How else will people know it isn't me? Kamada Senpai noticed me. I've been tracking his visit to SpookyCon. Did you know he spent most of the day hanging out with two incompetent volunteers? Look, Omen, we're famous. Oh my gosh, that name. I planted a tracker on him, but it stopped sending a signal almost an hour ago. It could mean he's underground. In the sewers, maybe? Oh, I remember. Omen told me that it's impossible to catch a big sewer rat with your bare hands. So maybe he went to test it. That tracks. It is impossible indeed. We found him. Thanks, everyone. Please pursue healthier hobbies. Should I check his trash again, just to be safe? You search the sewers and find Kamada covered in bites, blood, and sewer goo, and carrying a huge sewer rat. The mad lad actually did it! Fuck. This might be the first time I've ever wished I had two bare hands. You get to the panel just in time, and Kamada giving the panel with a rat in his hand is hailed as yet another disruptive move in the industry. You gain smarts and lose fun. Money. Woo. Oh my gosh, my throat. You find a stand at the merch hall that sells hyper-realistic VR headsets. You buy one immediately. VR is the future. You put it on and you see your surroundings. Yep, it's a scam. The headset is basically a football helmet with a pair of sunglasses. No refunds allowed, but the headset looks good on you, like 2+ charm. Good. You're searching for some place to buy a gently used body pillow when you see Omen, Doug, and Nico gathered around a strange camo pattern booth. Wow, Nico. Did you see this poster? It says this anime has almost 500,000 fans worldwide. I can't even count that high. I'll bet none of them are better fans than me. Fans of... What's this fandom called again? This fandom is called Army. It's so good it'll kill every other fandom and take their stuff. I distrust your grand pronouncements. What makes this fandom so powerful? Let me put it away. Every year we get more funding than healthcare, education, and public transit combined. Clearly, everyone must love us. It's not like we've got such a monopoly on force that the government itself is scared of upsetting us. It's all love. Wow. I love public transit. People leave so much cool stuff behind on their seats. If this is better than that, I'm in. And those uniforms, iconic. I'm already working on my army sona. My friends, this is obviously a cynical recruitment attempt by the thinly disguised military superpower. The real question is, do we get our own guns? Oh, baby. You'll get so many guns, and you could use them instead of clothes. Oh no! As much as you love to imagine your friends dressed in full gun corps, you won't be able to smooch any of them if they all die in the war. But how will you convince them to not join? All the cool people are joining the Space Force. Show your friends how the army stifles creativity, expression, and asking whenever they can customize your weapons. Oh, by asking them whether you can customize your stuff. That seems more correct. Probably? Customize your what? No. Wait. You mean we can't even buy custom skins? Damn. I knew we shouldn't have spent all of that money funding first-person shooters. It creates unrealistic expectations. I mean, you can totally customize your weapons in ways that improve ergonomics and efficiency. Cool, right? Great. I want to hang my collection of waifu charms from my automatic rifle. Would you say that improves ergonomics, or or is it more of an efficiency thing? Neither. You can't stop my friend from living his truth. Next, you'll tell me I'm not allowed to cosplay a sensitive cat boy who only joined the army to make friends. I can see I'm not getting through to you two. But what about you, malevolent dictator? Surely you understand the importance of matching uniforms. What? What? Oh, I never planned on joining your army, worm. I only wanted to distract you while I stole all these guns. Now I will be unstoppable! No, my guns! Who would have thought that bringing military weaponry to a convention could have such dire consequences? Everyone run! Thankfully, it turns out Omen has never fired a gun before, and keeps trying to use them like swords instead. I guess I should have got them a gun earlier. You gain creativity for advocating self-expression, but lose smarts from all the blows to the head. You're flaunting your cosplay all over the lobby. Suddenly you lock eyes with someone else. Someone cosplaying your character's arch nemesis. You both freeze in place, facing each other. Sparks fly between you, the angry kind of sparks. You make your threatening face end. Oh. And she leaves. Maybe this was all in your head and she was just weirded out? Whatever, you gain +2 boldness for facing your worst enemy. You, Nico, and Omen and Doug are patrolling the lobby when Nico gasps like their soul is being sucked out. Ooh. Yo, is that Clara's sting? Nico points out someone cosplaying Hazmat. One of the hosts of the hit TV show Rumor Busters. Are you talking to me? Yes, you're Clara Sting. I'm sure of it. Am I supposed to know who this Clara Sting is? She's the coolest voice actress and cosplay model in the freaking world. You've missed out on a lot of great things inside that Iron Maiden, huh? Your point. The only amusing modern thing I've discovered so far are bazookas. Anyway. I can't believe I'm meeting Clara Sting. Hi, Clara. Everyone look over here and say hi to Clara. Shh. Yeah, okay, I'm Clara Sting, but you can't... But can't you see I'm trying to go incognito right now? I'd like to spend a few hours just enjoying a con without getting accosted by fans. I totally get that. Anyway, would you be willing to take a video with me and say hi to my mom? See, this is what I'm talking about. Ah, I get it. You want to go stealth mode. I'll help you. I'll be a whisper in your in the wind. I can disappear into the shadows and attack before they even see me coming. What? Attack who? I've pulled off many stealthy assassinations during my villain days. This will be a breeze. I mean, I don't really want to kill anybody, but I'll do anything for you, Miss Sting. No one's killing anybody. Just don't blow my fucking cover. If anything else, some stealth could offset your loud mouth threats. But how will you protect Claire from her other annoying fans? And now it's over the intercom. Oh. This one. Because it doesn't seem right. Sure. Putting our trust in strangers has never led us astray before. I have an alternative idea. We stab everyone in the eyes. No one will see Claire ever again. Is stabbing anyone really necessary? Fear not, Doug. If you feel overwhelmed by the task, I am willing to commit your share of stabbings myself. I do this because I want to keep you from getting tired, so it counts as a good deed, I think. I really think the intercom thing is the way to go. I'm sure that there will be plenty of chances to stab people's eyes in the future. The intercom room is definitely off limits to you all, but you're a celebrity, so rules don't apply to you. Attention, everybody. For the next few hours, Claire Sting will be walking in the floor. She asks that you please respect her space, no matter how awesome she is, or how much her autographs go for on eBay. And if you refuse to do this, we may or may not stab you in the eyes. We won't stab anyone, but just be nice. Stab! Stab! Well, that might work. Thank you all for helping me. Want to get boba tea together? It would be my dream. You all hit the food stands. Claire catches a lot of stares, but nobody approaches her once they notice Omen's large array of knives. You gain plus charm and plus celebrity friend, but lose boldness. Cool. Oops, I forgot about the stats. Talk about the redemption arc. SpookyCon getting a listen. You mean the paltry army Liam has gathered to conquer the SpookyCon place? I don't think it's supposed to be an army, nor that Liam's goal is to conquer SpookyCon. Obviously, even with my military prowess, it'd be impossible, or it'd be almost impossible to accomplish such an objective. Once again, a war lost in its inception due to Liam's legendary ineptitude. What am I supposed to do with this? With the four gestures he has introduced me to? Have fun? Surely an activity much more suited for them rather than waging war. Look at Doug, for instance. He might be excellent at giving hugs, but he has zero combat skills. Or Zoe, an admirable woman of incredible might that has rejected destruction to embrace what? Happiness? You make them sound really swell, actually. Then there's Nico, a mimic who won't shapeshift. Well, yes, they rarely do it. They usually have genius ideas, but I still can't understand why they avoid utilizing their most useful skill. We sometimes come up with the most ingenious plans, but they almost never include any kind of murder. It's almost as if being with them has helped you stay far from trouble. Precisely! April, on the other hand, that woman knows trouble. You can see that she has a thirst for blood and a penchant for violence. It's commendable. And yet, she chooses to mask such admirable traits behind a shiny and obnoxious persona. Probably all a plan to win over the masses with her cloying songs. That's a clever clown for you. Am I right? Indeed. Ooh, she's blushing. Indeed, she has everyone fooled, especially as she has some other considerable alluring traits. You know, traits worth admiring. Ah, yes. I think I've admire her traits. They're considerable indeed. Ugh, what a sad excuse for an army. But I guess they are my army, and so it is my duty to command them. I will bring them countless victories, even if it costs me my other arm. Omen sure has a thorny way of talking about their friends, but you can tell they deeply care. Ooh. You spend the next hour talking about various things, but you can't help but wonder if they have thorny, beautiful things to say about you. And all of a sudden, it's time for the last brainstorming session for your comic. Where did the time go? What's legal but should be illegal? Telling people Santa is real. Getting tattoos. Getting a tattoo of someone else's mom. Just a tattoo is cooler and you can tell it's been the internet saying. What? What's legal but should be illegal? Stealing someone's identity. Nothing is a. Wait, stealing someone's identity? That is illegal. Underrated activities for a third date. Punching a cherry tree until the blossoms just for you and your date. Punching cherry blossoms till they blossoms. A brain's turning to mush. Practice for the test you gotta pass to get your kissing license. It's a thing. Tempting, tempting. Reading chapter 53 from Don Quixote's second volume. Julia Thriller page. Don Quixote. Noting contraception. You'll look responsible while hinting that you want to fuck. You find a portrait artist at the Artist Valley. Apparently, he can accurately portray your soul. I don't have a soul anymore. You've always wondered what your soul looks like. Buff? Small and cute? Hey, maybe it's ginger haired. No, it's just you with a weird blue glow around you. But hey, that glow sure adds charm to your looks. Afterwards, you're thinking dreamily of Omen and how sexy she is with when she's trying to remove her armor and restore her magical powers. You're daydreaming about her arguing with Liam about it until you realize that she's actually doing it right in front of you, arguing with Liam about it. Dreams do come true. What about half a day? And I shan't even remove the full suit, just the cape. Omen, we've been over this. The answer is no. Come on. I'm doing a compromise with you instead of simply bashing your skull in. Is that not indicative of the vast growth I have made as a person? I hear you, but I said no. Even if you changed my mind, I doubt the Coven would ever agree to it. I have ways of making them agree. Like, baking them a bunch of delicious cookies with practically no poison in them. That is what nice people do to persuade others, right? Well, it's a start. Look, I've got a panel to go to now. We can talk more about this later. Wait, you are not dismissing me outright? Wait, you are not dismissing me. Does that mean I have a chance? Well, we'll see. Don't get your hopes up. Too late. Duskruff. Good news. Liam is close to caving in and giving me my powers back. I need to sharpen my rusty magic skills. One I definitely like to practice is a necromancy ritual. I used to cast to raise an army of skeletons. Such wonderful times I had. There I was, conquering kingdoms, terrifying widows and children. I was a bona fide bone lord. So, how about it? Can you work your magical non-magic skills and get me the skeleton warriors I deserve? Oof. That's a tall order. But Omen's happiness is on the line. Time to raise those bones. I feel so. This is your true calling as a shenanigans doer. Convince Omen she has raised an army of reanimated skeletons by pulling off the biggest weekends at Bernie's ever. Just raise a skeleton army. Or wait, just raise a regular army. Almost everyone is a flesh-covered skeleton anyways. The only thing standing between Omen and a skeleton army will be skinning a lot of people. Ooh. Ouch. I think so. Oh, is 20 the highest? No? Okay. You call up Doug and Nico. We're always down for whatever bullshit you've got up to. And get work raising your army. Wow! I've never guessed. You would have never guessed we could convince so many people to join us in such little time. Never underestimate the power of online radicalization. It's almost a bit scary. So, how is everyone's skinning game? Whoever is the least experienced can use my machete. I think I can manage with this potato peeler. Maybe I can just raise the team's morale? Like from a distance? Suit yourself. More skiing for me. 3 hours later. Oh my god, are we actually doing this? Okay, I've got my second one done. How are you all doing? Still on my first. I'm not very good at this. Same. It's sort of hard with the screaming and all that. Ugh. You got this, team. It's not that bad. Just picture them as a big, delicious potato. Look, I'm not super into I'm super into cheering Omen up, but and hear me out. What if we made an army of skeletons with a skin exoskeleton? Isn't skin just basically armor for skeletons anyway? Let's just drop the whole army plan. It's proven impossible to recreate my grandma's spells effectively anyway. You sure? Yes, it's okay. A century has passed. It is only natural that times and I have changed. Makes sense. We've already lost half of our recruits once they saw the whole skinning things anyway. Nico grabs a freshly skinned skeleton and removes it like a ventriloquist puppet. I bet a hot dog would cheer you up, Omen. Come to the diner with us. Don't be a bonehead. Sure, let's go. You enjoy a delicious dinner with your friends. All that boldness getting sure worked up an appetite. My lord. You decide to walk around the lobby, which is the most intimidating activity at the con for anyone who's not a social butterfly. Some random people ask you to take a picture of them. You're forced to push people around to actually move. You even say "bless you" to someone who sneezed. Look at you socializing. Here, have boldness. You're leaving your last activity when Owen steps directly into your path. Dustgruff! Hi. Hi. Is everything okay? Do not interrupt me! As of late, I find myself a bit into you. And sex. Perhaps even both at the same time. And do not let it go to your head. It is a rare day when a glorious overload such as myself stoops to lay with a pathetic worm like you. Anyway, I am here to make you mine, but I am unsure of the current courtship rituals, and therefore do not know how to proceed. I thought it best to simply ask you directly. What is the typical courting procedure these days? Fiction has forever changed courtships. Now you need 5 seasons of will they, won't they, a love triangle, and at least one only one bed situation. The rigors of courtship have been simplified into 4 bases: kissing, hand holding, whole stuff, and trauma dumping. Oh. I hope this doesn't fuck up everything. Oh, it's this one. Really? How efficient. Without warning, Omen yanks you in for a kiss. Your lips slide over her beautiful, steel-cold mouth. Then she's gone. And before you can process what just happened, she punches you in the face. There! Kissing and hand stuff in less than a minute. I am crushing you at this. Next thing you know, you're at the edge of a bottomless hole with Omen, tossing in some stuff you no longer need. Farewell, left glove, left arm brace, left shoe. Wait, shit. Oh well. What are you throwing out, Dustgruff? Your dream of Omen doing despicable things to your hole tonight, for one. Just old clothes and some potential blackmail material I want buried. Very smart. That means you're on to step 4, right? Trauma dumping. Here's mine. I'm still not over Scabby's tavern shutting down. It was a dank, moldy hole of blood, sin, and cheap rum. Gods, I miss it. Huh? I'm surprised you didn't bring up being trapped in that Iron Maiden for centuries. I mean, sure, imprisonment was boring, but Scabby's was legendary. Fair. I also noticed you haven't mentioned losing your hand. I want you to know that I'm here for you if you ever want to talk about it. Who cares about my hand? Damned if I wouldn't lose the other one if it meant they'd reopen that tavern. Anyways, it is your turn for trauma. Go. Well, intimacy requires vulnerability, so you bury the deepest trauma you have. The story that you won't even bring out for truth and dare. Wow. Yes, that is quite sad. But if you could have gone to Scary's Tavern, you would know that its closure was sadder. I think I wanted trauma. I suspect that I won at hand stuff and kissing too. I did not think to throw out blackmail material though. So you were... Ah, that's whole stuff. Oh, okay. I can't... So you were the superior hole stuffer. Maybe we could have a rematch sometime. It's a deal. You and Omen watch the sun sink into the horizon, gaining fun and losing creativity. You're outside the con, you see a bunch of sleeping looking people outside. Hey, welcome to the Smoker's Lounge. One of them says to you, there's no Smoker's Lounge, so we decided to make one out here. Want to puff? He asks. You've seen too many PSAs to say yes to drugs, but you strike up a conversation with them while they get high off their asses. They have interesting opinions on snacks, ASMR videos, and 2001 A Space Odyssey. Listening to them and inhaling their weed fumes. Ah, cool. Gives you creativity. I'm glad it wasn't just tobacco. Later you invite Omen to wind down and watch a movie at the hotel. Finally, you two could spend some much needed one-on-one time together. This is peak cinema. Exceptionally relatable. What did you say it was called? Despicable Me. Oh my gosh. Can you guys not hear anything this whole time? Oh my god. Oh no. Oh well. Oh my god. Oh, good. You see Omen reach into the popcorn bowl. Now's your chance to not so accidentally brush her fingers and create some romantic tension. Spider! Omen grabs you and tries to crush your fingers hot. Once your bones squeak, she realizes she's holding your hand. Stop staring at me with that dumb face! She socks you in the jaw. Hot, but also ow. My apologies. I have cuteness aggression. Aw, are you saying I'm cute? No. Yes? I don't know. Shut the fuck up. She punches you again. One more round of flirting, and you're gonna end up eating your teeth. So it's clear that Omen at least kind of likes you. Surely there's something you can do to help her relax and open up to you. Omen can't remove her Iron Maiden, but it sure looks comfortable. Offer to get inside and give her a much needed back rub. She's been in prison at a closed space for a while. Hey Owen, do you want a back massage?
Huh.
I have not had a massage since I donned this accursed suit. So, sure. Why not? Sure, why not? The 3 most romantic words in the English language. You shimmy your way between Omen's back and her cheek. You're immediately hit with the agonizing pain of a dozen spikes piercing your flesh. But you're also hit with the warm, sensuous curves of Omen's butt. So it pretty much cancels out.
This is nicer than I thought.
That feels nice. That's good to know, because this does not feel nice for you at all. It's like you're being stabbed with 1,000 tiny gnomes with knives.
Ah.
Oh, yes. I haven't loosened that muscle in over 100 years. You have a magic touch, Duscruff. She relaxes into you, practically melting into your lap. You feel lightheaded from bliss, and you black out. In hindsight, you were probably getting lightheaded from blood loss. When you wake up, you're in a hospital bed. Omen is sitting next to you, watching Despicable Me 4 on your phone. Good. You're awake. I noticed that you fainted while you were giving me a spectacular back rub. At first I was upset that you stopped massaging me, but then I realized you were dying and brought you to the hospital. You are welcome for that. As repayment for saving your life, perhaps you could give me another back rub. It's a deal. You gain charm for giving you a great massage but lose boldness.
Come on, I know a shortcut.
You decide to watch a panel discussing fighting game archetypes. Your main goal is to determine which archetype you'd be. Are you a grappler or are you a zoner? By the end of the panel, you realize you're a very rare lover. A highly ineffective archetype for fighting games. Makes sense. You are a better fit for a dating sim. You gain smarts for achieving such self-awareness. You, April, Nico, and Omen decide to attend Werewolves Live, an event where you and the audience plays a social deduction game of Werewolf. Under your chair is a card with your secret role. You're a powerless villager. Yay! Everyone loses their eyes. Or everyone closes their eyes. And when the game master tells you to open them again, 3 players are dead. And you have 3 werewolves to find. The case of a hidden werewolf. I remember it well. The sky was gray. I was sweating my ass off in my trench coat, and Omen had a look of wolfish murder in her eyes.
I just have resting murder face.
That is not intentional. I just have resting murder face. Oh, Omen, that foul femme fatale. Could I trust her? My head said no, but the whiskey in my blood and the tightness in my pants said probably not. But screw it. Who are you talking to, Nico? Are you having a nervous breakdown? Are you on drugs? Do you need drugs? No, I'm narrating. It's what all the cool detectives do. Now, Omen, let's cut straight to the chase. No chaser. Are you a werewolf? No, though I admit lycanthropy seems much more fun than being a groveling villager. Powerless and tender, ripe for the devouring. Alas, a villager is what I am. C'est la vie, etc. Aha! So you admit the werewolves... Or, so you admire the werewolves. I knew you... I knew you envied me, you scoundrel. Hey, Nico? Maybe let's stop talking now. I really think that we should stop talking now. She was right. Of course. So I shut my mouth, confident that I'd cast enough suspicion on Omen to throw off everyone of my scent. Only a full moon could convince me now.
Oh no, oh no, oh no!
Shit! Why couldn't they just shut up? It's only a matter of time before Thorn figured out our world too. Psych? Okay, Nico and April are obviously werewolves. But what about Omen? Is she acting weirder than usual? Or just being her usual violent self? You need a foolproof way to know if you can trust her. I need some water. Moon Omen. Wolves are known for having a strong connection to mooning, or the moon, or something. Build a house and see if Omen has a strong desire to blow it. Wolves love blowing. I want to show my butt. For the 5 whole seconds you consider this, it seems like a great plan. You drop your underpants and expose your ass. Woo! Full moon! Oh!
Just why?
Aw, come on. What do you think, Omen? It's my full moon. Give you any wolfish urges? Why would seeing your bare rump fill me with anything other than confusion and a hint of arousal? Is this sort of behavior not condemned in your society? Does Scruff's mooning you, Omen? It's a gross prank people do to get a rise out of others in public. Some people do it just for the... Some people do it just for the sexual thrill. Not me, though. Other people who are not me. Well, whatever. This imbecilic custom. Well, whatever this imbecilic custom is called, I fail to see why it would entice anyone to... Woo! Oh! Do that. Oh! So much to lose. What the? Woo! Yeah, group howl, join me, brother. Oh! Your full moon may not have gotten owned, but it's gotten the actual werewolf. The mummy in the corner is howling along with Nico at your ass.
What the?
Why? He just cost the wolves the game. Why? He had no reason to howl at Dustroph's butt. Because he's a committed werewolf, and Dustroph's butt plays one hell of a full moon. It's called Theater April.
That was clever indeed.
I remain unclear on why Dustroph's nudity secured us the win, but I cannot argue with the results. Good work. Or, as I will say, oh. Oh, indeed. You gain fun and lose creativity. Which will we love? Oh. Yes. Finally, the art gang gathers round to put all the pieces of your greatest masterpiece together. Whew. Time to see the fruits of your labor. Everyone wants to kiss me on the mouth. It's set to be the next harem sensation. Jacqueline is a humble country girl who moved to the big city in search of someone who can explain to her what yeet means. Little does she know that what she'll find is love. Due to fate and the precarious state of the economy, she'll end up sharing an apartment with several smoking hot roommates. Oh. Oh, my. The roommates all have one thing in common. None of them can resist Jacqueline's eyes. Or Jacqueline's eyes, yeah. Which are basically two sexy empty holes. Ah. There's the buff, ever horny Morty. Quiet, handsome, Mummy, seductive, breathtaking Milo, and many more. If this wasn't enough, Jacqueline will also struggle to get used to the urban life's most puzzling aspect, the existence of an underworld known as the sewers. Poor Jacqueline. So many changes and so many suitors, but she can't decide who to reciprocate for one big reason. She wants to fuck them all. Only one thing is clear. There will be lots of kissing on the mouth. Milo, you're back! I thought you were still mad at me after I stole your identity as a prank. Jack, I could never be mad at you. Actually, there's something I've always wanted to tell you. Milo, you bastard! I heard you from the shower. Oh my god. Damn. He's full dick out. Awesome. We swore none of us would kiss. Wait. We swore none of us would kiss Jacqueline on the mouth until we made 100% sure you can't get pregnant from kissing. Bleh. Well, I realized maybe Jacqueline should have some say in that. And also, fuck you. Hey guys, what's happening here? To be continued. You go looking for Omen to invite them to the party, but they actually end up finding you first.
Glorious!
Yes, Gruff, you will never believe it. Liam actually convinced the Coven to let me take off my cape for a few hours. Who would have thought that the tedious fucker would actually be good for something? This should allow me to channel at least some of my power. That's incredible, Omen. What spells do you want to cast first? Actually, I've decided not to cast any magic. What? But I thought that was the whole reason you wanted to take your cape off.
Oh.
It was at first, but now I've realized there are other things I'd rather do without my clothes. I'm talking about having sex. With you. Yeah, no, I got that. I'm in. Of course you are.
Come here, you sexy scoundrel.
Considering that you've been out of practice for 100 years, Omen's surprisingly good or surprisingly great in bed. Oh shoot. You can't believe they gave up their chance to magically turn people inside out just to fuck you. But maybe they're closer to redemption than you thought. Or maybe they're just hornier than they are evil. Either way, it's a win. Heck yeah! First run. Gotten laid. Gotten laid. Before we knew it, the con had ended. It was just 4 days, but we could swear it felt like an entire lifetime. All sorts of misadventures took place. Entire friendships blossomed, and we ourselves changed as people. The idea of going back to our day-to-day lives made us feel a bit disoriented. Promises were made of not growing apart and meeting again soon. We would lie if we said it didn't feel as a bit sad to leave all that behind. But as each of us went on our way, we realized that wherever we went, these people would be there with us. And with that came the truth that, to this day, we hold close to our hearts. No matter where we are, we belong. It's a thought that still gives us warmth, that makes us feel, once again, young and unafraid. It reminds us that even as years go by, we will always be ready to start.
When you stream, you would not believe what you have to deal with. So many companies treat you like you're robbing like a thief. But you don't have to fear, it won't happen with me. We were meant to trust each other. His music's awesome. Make sure to call me if you need a good song. This is the moment where I remind you to leave a good review. I bid you all welcome to the streamer version of Monster Gun's credit song. Technically this time I made the other credit song, so you can really stream that one. companies treat you like you're robbing like a thief. But you don't have to fear, it won't happen with me. We were meant to trust each other. Tell you what to do. His music's awesome. Make sure to call me if you need a good song. This is the moment where I remind you to leave.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me on my dating adventure. It's time for me to sleep. Oof. Oh. Man, that's a lot of talking. But I've been wanting to play this game for a while. Whew. So, good night and goodbye. Until next time. Toodaloo. Awoo.